This is the Got It for lesson 7.4, linear and nonlinear functions in the real world. All right, make sure you've tried this problem before you watch this video. The Got It says you have an ant farm with 24 ants. The population of ants on your farm will double every 3 months. It's going to double every 3 months. The table shows the population growth of ants over 9 months. There's 3 questions. Decide whether the table represents a linear or nonlinear function. After 9 months, how many ants were on the ant farm? And then after 1 year, how many ants will be on the ant farm? All right, so let's look at the table to analyze this data. Population of ants. Okay, and then they give us the number of months, 0, 3, 6, and 9. And then the population was 24, 48, 96, and then 192. Okay. First we have to figure out what is the input and what is the output to figure out letter A, does the table represent a linear or nonlinear function? Remember, for it to represent a linear function, there must be, for it to be linear, there must be a constant rate of change. Okay, so let's figure out what the input and the output are. All right, well, let's figure out, remember, y, or the output, is a function of the input. The output depends on the input. The population here depends on the number of months that pass. Right, the input are the number of months because the number of months have to happen first. Time has to pass for the population to grow. So the number of months are the input, and the population is the output here. So we have the number of months as the input and the population is the output. Now let's analyze here the population of ants at 0 months meaning when he started taking note of the population. There were 24 ants on the farm. So to start, this is your y-intercept point. If you were to graph this, 0, 24, this would be the y-intercept when he starts the population. So let's see here. Let's check the change in input and the change in output. That's how we have to figure out if it's a linear or nonlinear function. So the change in input, to go from 0 to 3 months, you're adding 3. To go from 3 to 6 months, you're adding 3. And then to go from 6 to 9 months, you're adding 3. So the change in input is the same. He is taking note every 3 months. Then the population, let's check the change in the population, the change in output. To go from 24 to 48, you're adding 24. To go from 48 to 96, you're adding 48. So wait a second, already it's not constant. And then from 96 to 112, you're adding 96. All right, so because the change in population is not constant, then this represents a non-linear function, right? The change in output is not constant. Okay, so the change in output, which is your population, is not constant. So the rate of change is not constant. Okay? Because for something to be linear, there needs to be a constant rate of change, a constant input and a constant output. So after 9 months, how many ants were on the ant farm? Well, let's look up here and let's look at our table. Number of months. Oh, here's 9 months. So there were 192 ants on the farm after 9 months. So there were 192 ants on the farm at 9 months. All right, that we just took the information from the table. Now they're asking us this. After 1 year, how many ants will be on the ant farm? Well, wait a second. When I go up to my table, I don't have that on there. I don't have 1 year. Actually, it's going by number of months. Well, wait a second. I know that 12 months means 1 year. And it says that the population of ants will double every 3 months. So if we follow here, if we add on another 3 months, right, we're extending the table, it'll be 12 months, which is 1 year. And then it says the population always doubles every 3 months. So after 3 months, this 192 is going to double. Because that's what it says. It says the population will double. So let's see. So let's take 192 and let's double that. So we're going to multiply 192 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 9 is 18. Carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2 plus you carry that. So it's 384. So since the population of ants doubles, you would go from 192 to double that, it would be 384. So at 12 months, there would be 384 ants on your farm. That would be at a year. So let's write that down. After 1 year, there would be 384 ants on the farm. Okay.